May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily, Thursday, December 1st. Holy smokes, friends! It's December. Can you believe it? How fast has this year gone? Yo! Christmas is upon us, the new year is upon us, but we still have 1 month left of trading for 2022. Let's have a look and see what's in store for us. So I'm going to do the same thing I did a few days ago, where I'll just go one pair, and bounce back and forth between QuantBox and technicals, because it makes it nice and seamless. So here we are, euro dollar neutral bias. Okay, got a bit of green coming into our summary. In terms of news today, we got some high and low impact news out of Europe, some more medium and high tier news out of Europe, some low tier news out of Europe, some high and low tier news, some more high, low, and medium tier news. So again, like a nice full slate of Euro news. And then we got some high tier news out of the States later today. Okay. And oh, look at that. So we got some jobless stuff coming through. Initial jobless claims, challenger job cuts. So some important stuff. Remember, this is very important for the dollar because of how the Fed's paying attention to the labor market in relation to how they can adjust interest rates. Remember, inflation is still very, very high above their 2%, but their ability to increase rates depends on what happens to the labor market and how it affects jobs, right? So pay attention to this data. It is inflationary data. And then some more low and medium tier news and some high tier news. Okay, cool. We got some speeches. All right, cool. So there's definitely stuff to pay attention to today, right? So let's have a look at technicals on the euro dollar. So here we are. So you'll notice price opening at a monthly M3. Okay, cool. Price above the profit-taking zone. So normally you'd think to yourself, I'm going to do a little counter-trend trade, take it off the M3 down to the central. I would caution you to be very careful of doing that this month. You can see here, if you look at the daily time frame, you'll be like, oh, look at this. This high is higher than that, and this low is higher than that. So higher highs and higher lows. Price now coming up to make a higher high to close at this M3. Price hasn't closed there yet. Still, this daily candle is still moving. If you were going to trade a counter trend trade, you would need an indication of lower low, lower high. Now, earlier this week, we spoke about price coming down to the support and then shooting up. And look at that. That indeed happened. Okay. So we were right about that. In terms of trading the break, though, I still said I'm not going to buy up here. And I'm not going to buy up here. No ways am I buying up here. Unfortunately, if price does continue traversing up towards the monthly target, you could find a way to trade pullbacks during the month, you know, because you're no longer at a profit-taking zone. So if you're coming off a 21 EMA, or if you're coming off a roll reversal, you know, all's fair in love and war. So go ahead and do that, but just make sure that you're aware of the fact that you are trading out of position. So manage your expectations when it comes to price reaching profit-taking zones. In terms of where price is right now, you can see still very much consolidating, still very much contained within the range. You can see the close of the 4 o'clock candle still contained inside the range. All right, so be aware of that. And it doesn't look like we're trading a trend right now. Okay. In terms of selling, you want to see a lower low, lower high. All right. So that's what I'm paying attention to. This is still consolidating. This is still very much ranging. You can see there's your range over there. And price is still stuck inside that range. Okay. So you're still paying attention for the exact same thing. And that would be trend. Higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high. While being aware of the fact that if you are trading out of position, you are very careful in terms of what happens when price reaches profit-taking zones. Pound dollar is coming through as neutral, and we've got some pound news later today. Cool. In terms of pound dollar, I think euro dollar, we didn't say anything about euro dollar going up. We actually spoke about pound dollar. Pound dollar was the one we were looking at and saying, okay, watch out for this support over here. And we're looking for price to come down to support and then shoot up. Right, that's this one over here. And that indeed did happen. Okay, so the support left-hand side playing out like we said it would. So we ranged for a bit and we shot up. Okay, cool. Realize that as we stand right now, price is still contained inside a range. There's the top of your range. There's the bottom of your range over there. All right. So if you're looking to buy this, you need the higher high, higher low, close at roll reversal or 21 EMA. You haven't got that right now. So just chill. In terms of selling this, if you were looking at this and saying, well, can I sell top of the range? And you're looking at the 4-hour candle closing at the monthly M3, and you could do the same thing with any other pair, and you decided that was enough of a trading signal for you, then you could go to lower time frame and say, well, give me a lower low, lower high on lower time frame, be that H1 or M15. And you can see right now M15 not setting up for a lower low, lower high. And that would keep you out of trouble of selling this. Okay, you can see if anybody sold over here just because they decided that was a good place to sell, the lack of lower low and lower high is now getting them in trouble. So you definitely want to wait for that lower low, lower high to indicate that you've now got bearishness taking place. Okay, I think the best thing to do is to sit back and relax. If you bought down here, that's fine. If you're a bull, 100%. We did say it was going to come down and shoot up. Hundreds. If you look at the edge 1 chart down there, M15 chart down there, you can see it's a bit of a challenging one because you get this high low over here, but it doesn't come off any kind of roll reversal. So if you were trading even over there, I don't see any point where I can get the higher low coming off of any of these support areas. So I wouldn't have taken that personally, but if you did, good for you. As long as you can do that consistently, you're fine. So I would do the same thing as euro dollar, trap this inside a range, and then wait for a breakout. Okay. And if we're breaking out to the top side, let's get that higher high, higher low. If you think that you're at the top of the range and you believe price is going to come down from there, just keep an eye on your M15 charts and wait for that lower low, lower high. And it's as easy as that. Okay. That way, if you get an opportunity, you take it. If you don't, you don't. And you're not going to get into any dodgy trades where you end up selling at what you think is resistance, but price is still bullish. Okay. Cool. Looking at USDCAD, so we've got a bias of neutral. Look at the mix of green and red now. So that's changed because that was a buy yesterday. So we got some Canadian news coming out later. All right, cool. So taking a look at USDCAD on the technicals. We've got, okay, so neutral, right? Cool. So in terms of where we're opening, you can see we're currently opening in a buy zone for the month. Okay, and price sort of bouncing around all over the place. On an H4 time frame, a bit clearer to see. We've said the entire time not looking to buy this because we haven't got a trend. Price hasn't closed a roll reversal. Price is going to keep coming back, and you can see that is the truth. So your 21.55, you've got price shooting up and then coming down, breaking supports, breaking 21.55. This is definitely consolidating. Okay, you're looking for a solid trend where price makes a higher high and then comes back down to support to make the higher low, and that isn't happening. All right, so I'm going to leave this alone. Right now, in terms of position, you are currently in a place where you'd expect to see selling. However, you've come off an R2, and R2 leading you down to the central. Now, I do believe a few days ago we did say, no, we didn't. Yeah, I think it was over here yesterday. We spoke about, could you take profit at the profit-taking zone on USDCAD? And we spoke about, checking things out on an M15 chart, on an H1 chart. Did you do that? Did you use the M15 chart? If you did, then you could have got in over here. Okay, there's your roll reversal, there's your sell, and there's your trade, right? If you were taking the trade off of the weekly R2, right? So if you did that trade, well done, good for you. Right now, you've taken profit at the central. If you weren't selling over there, then right now you're doing nothing. You're waiting for this to give you any other kind of setup because right now the trade for the week is done. Okay, cool. So that's USD CAD, Aussie dollar USD, neutral, nice mix of green and red. Obviously, there's no Aussie data coming up because Aussie's behind us. Take a look at the technicals. All right, so Aussie dollar USD, you can see that we've broken above the M3. Again, remember, higher high, higher low compared to the previous structure. Okay, so looking at the H4 time frame, what are you looking for? Well, you're looking for price to come back down and make a higher low. Or you wait for price to get to profit-taking zone and then do a counter trend trade. But in the meantime, right now, you really are doing nothing. If you think that price is coming off an R1 because the 4 o'clock candle closed at the R1, you know what you're doing. You're going to H1, No lower lows, lower highs. Going to M15, looking for lower lows, lower highs. Every single time. That's how you verify your trade. Okay. It's a sure way to make sure that you're not trading, you're not selling when things are bullish and not buying when things are bearish. All right, so Kiwi dollar USD. It's a buy, more green than red. And looking at the technicals, can we justify such a thing? So way above the M3 again, higher highs and higher lows. Looking at the H4. Now, what's interesting is we broke above this resistance here. We haven't tested that as support yet, nor anywhere over here. Price, the 4 o'clock candle broke above the R1. So you're expecting price to come up here. If you're looking for a selling opportunity, again, all you got to do, lower low, lower high, M15, okay? I wouldn't suggest buying up here because right now, this is very, very high. Why would you want to buy when it's high when you can rather buy when it's low? If you're a bull, you're waiting for price to return back to support. And if you're a bear, you're waiting for price to turn bearish. It's as simple as that. All right, cool. So Japanese yen pairs, Aussie yen, neutral. Okay, let's take a look. Yesterday we spoke on Aussie yen. We said price is going to come back inside the range. And then indeed happened. You can see there, boom, we didn't sell bottom of the range. Even though that was our plan, that never happened for us, okay? Price has now come up, and you can see, does it look like it's closing at resistance? Well, we got the 2155 behaving like a trend, but we're not trending. We broke into this range. What's interesting is we didn't test support as we broke into this range, so it's looking a bit strange right now. However, you can't sell down here, and buying is odd because you've got resistance up there. We need this to set itself up to give us a better structure. Okay, really, really challenging, very narrow range. You buy, you're going to take profit, you sell, where do you take profit? So I'm going to leave Aussie yen alone until it's actually set up something a bit better. I'd like to see, just give me a lower low, give me a lower high, give me a close at roll reversal, give me something that indicates I can trade this. Of course, if you're a bull, then you're looking for price to have broken resistance, resistance becomes support, and taking this higher, which you could do because you are in a profit-taking zone, but just be careful of what happens as price gets up to resistance, okay? And if you are doing that, if that is your plan, then what you're looking for is a higher high, higher low, lower time frame. Now, you've got price coming down to support left-hand side over here. That is worth paying attention to, okay? If that's what you're trading. All you do then is when you can't do it now because price is not currently breaking them. But if price does close here, then you could go to M5, M1 and look for a higher high, higher low on a lower time frame. Okay, and that could be an indication to take that trade. Okay. Sure. You are currently in, well, the thing is, like, price for the month open up the central, now you're coming down, but you certainly are close to buy areas and sell areas. Okay. So if you're looking for the yen's going to be weak going into December, then you're paying attention to lower time frames and looking for that higher high, higher low. In terms of CAD yen, coming through neutral, taking a look at CAD yen technically. So we've continued going further down. Now pay attention, price is now, below the last month's profit taking zone. Price is definitely close to buy areas than sell areas. If you're looking for a buy, you're looking for that higher high, higher low. We still said yesterday, same thing. We even lined this out and said, if price broke this resistance and it became support, i.e. price closed at that support, you can see this candle closes down here. You never got the signal to buy, which means you didn't lose any money on buying CAD yen. Beautiful. Now, what do you do next? If you're looking to buy CAD yen, you need to see the higher high, higher low. Okay. If you see price closing at the bottom of this range, or prices closes there, go to your low time frames, look for that higher high, higher low. And that's how you trade that. Notice the theme that continues being presented to you in terms of how you take trades. All right, so a euro yen is a buy. Let's take a look at the technicals. And we got price coming down into much. This is definitely down here is low, up there is high. So price coming down to low areas. And once again, if you're looking to buy, you look at the higher high, higher low. Yep, that's right. I said it again and again and again. I'll continue saying it because that's how you do it. So if price closed at a DS2, sort of by New York today, do you get a higher high, higher low, lower time frame? Can you take the trade? Okay. Until then, you're chilling. If you're looking to sell, then you're looking for the low, low, lower high. We didn't really get it. You can see here, this green candle broke this resistance. Okay. And on an H4 time frame, these candles here broke above all this resistance. So what I'm looking for is, it would be really nice if the yen pairs rallied one more time into December, and then at the end of December gave us nice price action to sell them down. But we'll see what happens. Okay. We certainly are coming up to significant areas where you would expect to see some bullishness. Wouldn't it be nice if price came down to profit taking zones, then turned around, shot up for the month, and by the end of the month we're selling up here? Let's see what happens. So pound yen neutral. Take a look at pound yen. All right, a bit messy, coming down again. So like euro yen, you're coming down into buy areas. Okay. If you're looking to take trades below profit taking zones, same exact story. That's right, you guessed it. Look for the higher high, higher low. So on M15 chart, look for the higher 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 low. H1 as well. Like, have you closed the support? Well, DS2 is support. This over here is support. So, you know, confirm it lower time frame, M15, H1, whatever you want to do. And if there's a trade there, then take it. If not, then don't. Right? Simple as that. Kiwi yen. There's a buy. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at Kiwi yen. Okay, Kiwi yen different to the other ones, currently up in sell zones, but price coming down into support. Let's have a look and see. So if you're looking for a higher high, higher low in this situation, there's your support. There's your candle. Wait for this candle to close. If this candle closes at support, then verify the trade lower time frame. If this candle, and I'll actually update the New York session. If this candle closes at support, I will post a New York session to QuantBox. So we're paying attention to Kiwi yen today. If that happens, beautiful stuff. Verify that lower time frame. We'll discuss how to do that in the New York session if this does close at support. If it breaks support or closes below that, I'm not interested. Remember that USDCAD trade we had? Yeah, same situation. So I want to see this closing at support, allowing me to trade price coming off of a profit-taking zone. We'll see how that closes for the day. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave it there because this video is already too long. So that's pretty much it for today. Follow the exact same process across anything that you're trading. You notice how I'm saying, like, you know, I'm looking for trend. Like you can see here now, if you're looking at this and saying price is coming off of an M3 on the euro dollar, jump into a lower time frame, jump into your M15, look for the lower low, look for the lower high. Okay. Same thing on anything else. And let's see how things set up today. Again, remind yourself, are you currently at support or resistance? If you're at resistance, take the trade. Look at lower time frames, confirm your lower low, lower high. It's as easy as that, my friends. If you just do that consistently, the reason why traders lose trades is because they sell when price is bullish and they buy when price, they sell when price is bullish and they buy when price is bearish. How do you avoid that? Well, if price is making lower lows and lower highs, it can't be bullish. That's when you sell. Price is making higher highs and higher lows. If it's making higher highs and higher lows, it can't be bearish. So that's when you buy. So that's what you want to do, to verify those trades. Look for indications of bullishness or bearishness. And if you get them, take them. Resistance is a perception, but bias is a reality. Confirm bias using price. Identify where bias takes place using support and resistance. And remember that price is the truth. Stay disciplined, stay patient, stay liquid. I look forward to seeing you at New York if there's a need for it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.